That's a guy. That's a straight up guy.
All right,
Like,
guys,
who
we
cares?
are going live on YouTube right now. We are live there.
Now you want me wanting canes.
I'm telling you, man. I just want some chicken strips.
Let's get that sauce. I love that cane sauce.
Right. Well, we ain't gonna make it. We ain't gonna make it unless there's
Easy.
one. What? Is there one near?
Yeah.
Where? I don't think so. Look, I'm thinking of one in Egan, but if there's one near, then we. Then
There's like canes every block in Minneapolis.
no. Oh no. Kings is not. It'd be like in the suburbs.
There's canes.
And we are
9 minutes
live on
away.
Facebook, so if you guys want to go ahead
11
and start
minutes away.
sharing all your, like your feed, like your because on your personal pages, the Facebook Live, share it there, share it on
Yeah.
Okay.
Black and Rich Pod.
Yeah, there's canes is everywhere in Minneapolis.
Okay.
I feel like it's
I'm so glad it was 9 minutes away. Can they hear us? Yeah, they can. They can hear us on live now?
yeah, that's
I
not
think
good.
so. Okay. They can hear us on live now?
Oh yeah, you gotta exit out or else it's gonna ring.
Oh, okay. Exit.
All right, guys, we are live, and whenever you're ready, take it over.
Thank you, everybody, for joining me on the first live episode of the Black and Rich Podcast. This podcast is designed for Black entrepreneurs to learn how to get in business, stay in business, and be able to pass on generational wealth. This week, with my guest, Miss Essence Shabazz with E.Bazz Beauty Supply. How you doing today, Essence?
Good. How are you?
Doing well.
Good.
So tell me, why'd you get into beauty supply?
Well, I didn't start at a beauty supply store. I started as a hairstylist. I graduated Regency Beauty Institute in 2013. And I said I wanted to be like a traveling hairstylist because I didn't want to be behind the chair. So my original thought was be a traveling hairstylist, go to school for journalism, and kind of make a difference there. But as I continued to grow in the beauty industry, I realized, okay, I think I can do this, And then like 2017, I felt like, okay, I can't work at any more 9-to-5 jobs. So
What were you doing before?
leasing agent. I was a leasing agent, so I was like working at apartment complexes and things like that. So I felt like I couldn't do that anymore, and I actually filed my taxes, and I got back X amount because I had a dependent, I had a daughter, and so I said, wow, I've never seen this kind of money before. I'm 20-something years old, 25, and I'm like, I've never seen this kind of money. So I took that money and I actually invested it into my business. And I opened up the E.Bazz Hair Loft. And that was in Highland Park as well. And it was a small suite salon, about 350 square feet room. And
What year is this?
2017.
Okay.
So I opened that physical location, and I actually started to feel trapped when I was down there because it was in like a basement. And so I felt like this isn't what I want to do either. I have to make a difference. So I've always wanted to be a part of the movement of maybe buy back the block or buy back an industry. And I actually ran into someone over North Sammy's, Eatery Avenue.
I love Sammy.
Yep. So he actually was like, we don't need any more hair salons and things like that. We need beauty supply stores right here in North Minneapolis. So I started my journey there and started doing pop-up shops.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when you're doing the salon, was it just you? Did you have employees? How did it work?
So it was just, it was just me. It was a personal type of experience. And I did have a couple people begin with me, but we ended up parting ways, and then it just was me.
Okay. And so when you made the switch, were you still working your other job, or you just went full-time into the...
I went full-time into my own business, so I haven't worked a regular 9-to-5 since 2017.
Wow. Mm-hmm. And then when you switched to the supply, what did that look like?
So, again, I started off doing pop-up shops because I really liked how there's a lot of entrepreneurs in Minnesota, Minneapolis, that inspire me, and they probably don't even know it. So I looked at how Soul Bowl made their brand really big, and they did pop-up shops around the city. And then they got a restaurant. And so I said to myself, well, we got to start small. So when I was doing hair, I purchased product, about $1,000 worth of product, and then I just started doing pop-up shops. Every time I could find one, I would do them.
So you went to a pop-up shop. What would you net in that? Like, what would you, or if there's an average or somewhere better than others?
Probably about, anywhere from $100 to $300, depending on the crowd. So I can say that just recently, probably 2022, like last year, beginning of last year, I did pop-ups at the Black Marketplace, and that actually was the best revenue I ever got.
Wow.
Yeah. So when I did those pop-up shops, I was always working behind the scenes to open up an actual physical location. But then COVID hit, and the salons got shut down, stores got shut down. So I said, wow, what am I going to do? My dream is kind of shut down. And then I saved up. I had enough money in my savings to purchase a delivery truck. And so I was like, okay, let me have an online store, and then let that online store service my customers, and they can buy products. But we'll ride around the city with a truck with my name on it, and nobody will forget me.
Wow. So you started that in 2020, right during the pandemic?
Yeah, 2021.
2021?
Yep, 2021. And then as I was riding around, I was in Highland Park, St. Paul, and I seen a store for lease, and I called my partner, and I said, I'm going to go for it, And so I did, and that's pretty much my business. I just went for it. I wasn't scared. I mean, of course I was scared, but I just always been an ambitious person to just go out there and try, But I knew that it's something that we needed as well. It's not something that is a trend or anything like that. It's like we need more women of color owning the stores that we shop at, and the products that are catered to us. We need to own that.
Yeah. I'm curious, in the truck, I've never heard of a beauty supply delivery truck. How did that work for you? Yeah.
So again, when I was doing pop-up shops or when I was on my journey, I talked to everybody. I said, what should I do? What should I do? So anybody that knew more than me, I would talk to them about it. So I actually went to Neon over in North Minneapolis, and I talked to a young man named Dwayne. You might know, or
you should explain.
Actually, he was on the meeting with Angel when we did that. So I actually talked to him, and he was like, you're not really quite ready yet for a store, but I think that you should do a truck, like a delivery truck. Who's doing that? We got food trucks everywhere. I'm pretty sure you don't need any permits or anything to do like a delivery truck or some type of mobile beauty supply. And he was like, that'll, really set you apart. And I was like, no, I want a store. No, I want a store. And then I actually seen a young lady in Detroit. I can't think of her name right now. She actually has a mobile beauty supply truck. So when I seen her and I kind of leveled out the cost, I said, okay, I think I can do this, and I just went for it.
Yeah. So explain, because there's so many new business owners, what is Neon? What do they do for you?
Neon is a place that helps not young entrepreneurs, but helps entrepreneurs that's starting out do business plans, business education, business funding, things like that. So it's like an incubator place for businesses.
Yeah, no. I just want people, we know what it is, but I want the new business owners to know, hey, how can we get there? Yeah. So with the truck, are you still running the truck now the store's open?
Yep, I still have. It's on pause. I'm a one-man band right now, except I have an employee named Markaya, right? She's amazing. So just recently, I kind of like revamped everything, and I'm actually looking for staff now to join the team. So I put the truck on pause. It is still near the store, right in the back, but it's on pause, but it'll be launching soon here pretty quick.
When you get somebody.
Yeah, I need more staff. Staff. That's another thing that they don't talk about in business. You can't do everything by yourself. So despite what people say, like, you really need staff. And just with the recession or things that's going on in the economy, it's kind of hard to find the right people. But it's also hard. With me, I want people that really understand the movement and the brand. So I don't want people to just be hired just for a job anymore. I want people that really is like, I want to be a part of this movement.
Yeah. Just so people who have viewers here, what would you want for a staff person? If you had the ideal staff person, if they're listening, what would you want from them?
To understand the mission. Do you truly understand that less than 3% of Black women own beauty supply stores? You know what I mean? Because once you know that, then you feel like, excuse me, I need to get up and come to work today because I need to help this business be successful so we can kind of X that out in the future. Fun, outgoing, talkative, because we want to treat clients and customers like our family. So I'm really big on that, making people feel like they're home, or that we know each other, or they can feel comfortable being in my store, because so many times when you go into the inner city beauty supply stores, you don't get that connection and you don't get that relationship. So I do want a team that kind of pushes that narrative. Yeah. We are where beauty and community meet. So that's our slogan.
I love it. So we got the truck, and then you moved the truck and went back. You went back to a storefront. What were the challenges, or how did that happen for you?
So I knew I needed to get a larger space. So I had the delivery truck, and I was working out of the Sweet Salon. And when I seen that larger space, I was like, okay, because I was outgrowing that suite, as I started to get more products and inventory, and my clients, I just wanted to make a comfortable space. So when I got the store, it was overwhelming. It was overwhelming, but I knew that it's what I needed to do. So it just worked out.
Yeah. So the store right now, where most of your client base coming from? Is this a word of mouth? Do you do advertising? Do you have corporate? How does that look like?
So a lot of it is word of mouth. I get a lot of people coming in saying, like, I'm right in between the Midway area and South Minneapolis. So they're saying, I'm glad you're here. We needed a store around this area. We needed some culture around this area. So I get a lot of people that see me on Instagram or Facebook or word of mouth, yes.
Okay. I heard you're getting vending machines.
Yes,
How does that work?
yes. So I always wanted to stay accessible, so I thought of the delivery truck, and then I said, what is another way to keep my brand going? Because I feel like, what if the store has to be shut down again? What if there's another pandemic? What if something like that? So how can I pivot and do other things? So I thought of beauty vending machines. And, it's kind of new and fresh in Minnesota, but other states like Atlanta, New York, LA,
Really?
there's tons. Yes. So we're always a little step behind.
I've never heard that before.
I actually seen that, and I have a friend out in LA. She Trust Obsessed Beauty, and she has vending machines all over. So she definitely was an inspiration to the vending machine journey. And I just thought of it, and after the competition with the Get Down Coffee Co. Get Down in Business competition, I decided to use those funds to go ahead and fund the vending machine. Yeah.
All right. Well, tell us about that competition. What was that?
That is a competition that was hosted by Houston White. He partnered with NDC and Bell Bank to give out $100K in grants to three entrepreneurs in the city, and I was one of those three entrepreneurs. And I didn't even know. I actually got a phone call from NDC saying, "Essence, check your email, and I'm just like, huh? And they're like, "You're about to miss your spot," and I said, "Spot for what?" So I have to give credit to my mentor, Angel, with Led by Truth. She is the one who encouraged me to sign up. And when I signed up, I didn't think that I would even make it to the top 10, you know. So here I am thinking when NDC was calling me that, oh, okay, me and Angel were like, okay, you probably made it to the top 10 and you need to pitch your business so you can try to get to the top 3. And I had a few women call me from Bell Bank and said, no, you're in the top 3. You know, you're going to go up there on stage and talk, and you're going to try to win the most money. And I'm like, what? And they're like, you got Star Tribune coming out in 2 weeks, and you need to be ready. And I was like, wow, you know, so it's the true definition of if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And so we went out to the 3M Open, and we pitched our businesses, Code White, Road to Wellness, and Silk Road to Wellness, and then me. And we went out there, and we pitched our business. So I came in second place with $35K
Wow.
grant. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What was the criteria? What were they grading off of?
I think that's kind of a question like
It is.
Houston, but I'm assuming that it was
like
probably well, it's not like that. It was they just wanted to see like who's going to scale the money the most, I think that's what I heard, because they were kind of giving me hints like really talk about how you're going to scale, how you're going to grow. And I always kind of said I wanted to be an innovative beauty supply store. So I wanted to be accessible even without the brick and mortar.
Yeah. So you use the $35K of the vending machines. What is that? What's the cost of that? I don't even know. Like,
so I split my grant up in 3 ways. 10 for the store and working capital, 10 for the vending machine, and then I think 10 for inventory. We used some on that, and, you know, miscellaneous things. You know, I am getting my downstairs renovated, used some money on that, and then I only paid myself $5K. I actually don't even pay myself right now, and I think that's what people need to understand too when you're doing this entrepreneurship journey, that takes a while for you to actually pay yourself. You know that, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I think that's the biggest misconception I have of businesses.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of businesses, you're not going to be making money for 3-4 years.
Yeah.
You know, you're scraping by until you do hit that.
Right. So the real money that you feel like, okay, I'm about to go buy a Tesla. No, I'm just kidding. You know, but I'm the type of person that if I come up on money for my business, I actually use it for my business, because I'm always thinking that if this person comes back to me and says, what did you use that money for? I want to be honest to say, no, look what we did. So I think that it definitely shows that I use my grants and funding to invest back in my business. So I'm just going to stay broke until, no, I'm just kidding.
So where are the vending machines going? Do you have locations you're putting them in? How does that work?
Yes. So I came to an agreement with the Coven out in St. Paul, and that's a co-working space for entrepreneurs. So I had a pop-up shop there a couple months ago, and the vending machines are on it. Well, it's one vending machine's on its way, and that will be where it is.
Wow, that's great. Tell us, how do you get the name, E.Bazz?
E.Bazz comes from my name, Essence Shabazz. Shabazz is my middle name. And then I had my daughter in 2016, so I actually kind of transferred it to her to Egypt Shabazz. So her name is Egypt Shabazz, so that's what it's dedicated to, yeah.
So,
but it's both of us.
Yeah. So you're kind of planning on passing it down? If you can?
Yes, if I can. I have a son as well. So it depends who's the most respectful. No. or who understands. Again, it's not really about, I do want it to be a family business, but it's just about who understands the movement. So I don't know, maybe I'll be a franchise one day or something like that. Yeah.
What has been, both business and personal, your biggest challenges you've had starting the store, getting into business? What has been some hurdles you've had to jump over?
I think funding. Funding is the biggest obstacle.
We hear that all the time with Black businesses.
But, you know, and it sounds cliche, so we should talk about some other struggles, you know. understanding that until you don't have, unless you have yourself together, meaning like in order to run a business, you need to get yourself together, your mental health, your everything about yourself together. And then you'll be able to properly run your business. You need to have healthy relationships. You need to be on time, organized, scheduled, So I think that a lot of businesses fail because of you personally not having it together. And I'm not saying you need to have it all together, but I've experienced a lot of hurdles, and my journey has took me a lot longer because I didn't know how to maybe organize my things. You know what I mean? Maybe I didn't know how to organize money properly. I should have had an accountant in the first place. The proper tools to actually run a business. Yeah.
Yeah, I find that common. Like, as a financial advisor, when I meet with new businesses, you have an accountant?
Yep.
No, I don't think I need one.
Yeah.
Do you have a bookkeeper? No, I don't think I need one.
Right.
Like, do you have even a personal or a business bank account? And a lot of people
don't have that.
A lot of people combine everything.
Right.
And then during the pandemic, we saw that come back. Right. A lot of
Right.
businesses who needed the PPP loans, who needed the grants and things, couldn't apply to it because it's on your books. It says you made $0. They're not going to give you money if you made $0.
Oh my! Tracking your money. When you're a hairstylist, you make a lot of fast money. So you're getting cash, or you're getting the cash app. So you're not really thinking about doing it right. So when I go and do my taxes and it says only make $30,000, I'm like, no, that's not true. That's not true. And they're like, prove it. And so now I can't maybe get that apartment or that house that I wanted. You know what I mean? And so it really made me sit back and say, okay, seriously, this time I'm going to do this right. So yes, funding is hard to get, but again, I think we need to talk about some of those other things too more in our communities in order to have a successful business. Mm-hmm.
I agree. I mean, I go to some places like restaurants and things, and it's like store hour says 8 to 4. I get there at 9 and it's not open. I'm like, what's going on? Consistently, I can't have meetings here if you're not open. I have to go somewhere else.
That's true. But be kind. Be kind to those businesses, because that is me. I'm sometimes closed, and it's not because I want to be, but it's because I'm either dealing with life or I have 2 kids, and so I'm looking forward to this year because I can hire staff to take over when I'm not there. I was scrolling on Instagram and I seen this young lady say, are you the only valuable person in your business? Meaning, are you the only one that make the money? Are you the only one that markets? Are you the only one, XYZ? And I said to myself, dang, shoot, I can't do this by myself anymore. And I said, wow, because when I experienced a recent death, it took a toll on me, and I've been dealing with that. And it's like, so be kind to new businesses. And that's another thing in our community. All people. Be kind to all people who's on a journey to have a brick and mortar and, trying to just figure it out, because if they're closed, it's not because they're sometimes it's not because they're just sitting at home whatever.
No, I don't think it's that.
It's just, sometimes it's like,
You just can't, yeah.
Yeah.
But so I know you do a lot of, from what you're saying, like community is huge to you. Kind of what do you do with your store, with the community, and kind of what do you do personally that giving back to the community? So
2022 was building the business, and 2023 is putting it out there and actually doing that community work that I wanted to get into. So I was the type of kid growing up who everybody had a hand in raising me. So I want to actually give that same support. So this summer I want to launch a youth program to where I have young adults working in my store, maybe interns or something like that. And we can talk about business and finances, but then they also can have the experience at working at a Black-owned beauty supply store.
Okay. Yeah. And then you also recently spoke somewhere, right?
Say that again.
You spoke at a conference or something?
Yes, at North Hennepin last week. So that was at a class, Intro to Business. So that was pretty cool. And again, that was on the more educational side of business and kind of just talking about my journey. So I really want to get into that public speaking about my experience and journey. So I'm practicing, because this is, it can be nerve-wracking, but you got to do it, So I'm learning.
Yeah. So tell me about kind of what that class is. What is just a class at a college you go speak to?
Well, it's a one-time thing.
Okay.
My aunt is a professor there, so that's pretty cool. And she actually put it out there for me to come speak, and they accepted that offer. And it was a one-time thing. It was an intro to business course, and they were looking to hear my journey and what I had to offer.
great.
Yeah.
Well, I think we can look at some questions if there's any up there.
That's dope. That's dope. I didn't even know they could really comment.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes. So yeah, the vending machine. I think that's interesting. Like, 'cause Minnesota has never really seen that. So it's big in like the coastal cities.
Yes, but there's some vending machines out here. I seen another beauty vending machine in Malure Cosmetics. She has a beauty vending machine. I'm not sure where, but she does. She's a makeup artist. I know that there's a donut vending machine. And have you heard of the donut? I think it's called Donut Trap or something like. So they're coming. They're coming to
Really?
Minneapolis.
Okay.
But it's the next thing. You have to stay for the future. You know what I mean? You have to think about the future. You have to think about what's next. You look at Amazon and see all the trucks that they have, and you look at how accessible or how quick people, get their products. That's what people want. People want their things quick. So that's what I'm thinking when it comes to beauty vending machines. And again, if my store closes, well, you can see the vending machine at the airport, or you can see it at the hotels, or things like that. So I think we're unrepresented in a lot of areas, and so that vending machine is gonna basically be in places that you don't really see us in.
So the goal is to have as many as you can, kind of out in all of
Minnesota. Right. Because black hair care is a $3 billion, not $3 billion, multi-billion-dollar industry. So a lot of black women, when we go places, we don't see the things that we need for our hair, whether it's curl cream, edge controls, hard brushes, things like that. So I want to be able to provide that for people when they're out traveling, or, when they're at the Coven and they're at a business meeting, and maybe I need to do my edges. Oh, got some edge control in this vending machine. You know what I mean? It's accessible beauty supply.
Okay. What's the next move? Talk about your next move.
My next move, like I said, this year is about bringing awareness to my business and building the avenues that I've already started. So we have the delivery truck, the vending machine, and the store. That's done. I'm going to wait a couple years, and I want to arrive in North Minneapolis. So my goal is to be the first black-owned beauty supply store in North Minneapolis on West Broadway.
Wow.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So within the next year, you said?
Couple years. 2 years.
2 to 3
I
years.
want to rest where I'm at. I think we always think about what's next. But I want to kind of rest where I'm at. I worked really hard to get here. I want to work this, build my brand. And then when I do come to North Minneapolis, because that'll be like an historic thing to be the first black-owned beauty supply in North Minneapolis, I want to make sure that I serve my community well.
Good. Tell us more about the products. As it's true, we haven't talked about the products. What are your products?
So I sell professional products all the way down to regular, household products. So Olaplex down to Tresemme. You know what I mean?
I don't even know what either of those words are. So
shampoos, conditioners, different color. So Olaplex is like a hair conditioning treatment for your hair, and especially for people that have a color in their hair or blonde. It's really well known in the professional world. But so yeah, I carry brands like Shabazz, Olaplex, Mazzani on the professional side, and then I carry Edge Boosters, Pump It Up, Pink Lotion, so all different kinds of products. And we're really looking to diversify our store this year. So I'm excited for that. But yeah, I carry a lot of different products and a lot of different supply as well. Brushes, combs, color brushes, all things like that. The store is in an area with a lot of professionals. So a lot of professionals come in for capes or aprons, things like that. So like your Sally's. If you've ever been to a Sally's before, if you have never been to a city beauty supply store, think of a Sally's, and that's kind of like what I am aiming to be like.
I don't think I knew 80% of those things you said.
Really?
I hope
so
some
what do
people...
you use, Rich? I'm trying to get mine.
What do I use? I don't know.
Really? I get that a lot from
body wash. The first thing I see off the shelf.
Okay.
Do you have space for new products for up and coming entrepreneurs in the beauty supply store?
We actually do. We actually have a space called Small Business Avenue. So right now we host 3 businesses that have products there: Flowessence, the juice, and Tailored Skin & Co. scrubs. So it's really cool. We want to get about 20 businesses locally or not locally at our store so we can kind of promote those businesses. It's kind of hard to get in Target, Walmart, Sally's. So I definitely want to be a space that I support local businesses with their products.
Yeah. So if you know any local businesses, please post them on the comments.
Yeah,
so we
we're
can connect
looking.
with them
We're
and have
looking.
them come to the store.
Yes.
Some networking opportunities. I think actually we should talk about that a little bit. I think this is a big disconnect we've talked about on the show on businesses. Is I feel like a lot of times with Black businesses and entrepreneurs, it's all I, right? You look at
Right.
that, but when you look at successful businesses, it's almost always networking. It's finding someone else. Okay, who's this person I can meet? Who's this person I can meet? Did you find that helpful as you went through?
Networking.
Yeah.
I just started networking more these past couple months. That was actually something my mentor kind of told me to do, and that was the piece I was missing in building my business. I kind of, you get so focused on yourself and you stay inside and you go to your business, you go home, and you forget to go out into the public to network. So this year I'm outside. I'm networking with any and everybody, and it is a huge part. It brings awareness to your business. But I think we get so caught up on making money, that we don't think that, hey, there's opportunities in networking. There's people that know more than you or that can connect you to different people. It's sometimes not about what you know, but who you know.
I think most of the time. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if you know the right people, you can get anywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Are there any specific groups you go to or you want to promote or tell people about you?
So I am going to start on, we're closed on Sundays, so I am going to start having girl talk, meaning a lot of people are looking for that salon vibe where we come back to the salon and have community talks and, get back to that kind of 90s hair salon vibe, maybe like a barbershop. You know how you go to the barbershop, you hang out with the fellas and things like that. So I want to start something called Girl Talk. And I'm not sure if it's going to be just based around women, but I want to open up my doors on Sunday and for people who want to come in and chat and talk business, beauty, mental health, things like that. So I want to do something like that and shoot it live or, things like that,
Yeah.
Yeah. I also want to start doing pop-up shops. So once I get 10 businesses that rent shelves in my store, I want to start doing my own pop-up shops. Yeah.
Okay, great. Another question. What's different about your beauty supply store than the Northside beauty supplies?
Everything. No. No, but for real. The difference is that, first of all, I'm a Black woman. I come from this industry. I was raised in this industry. I'm not selling our products back to us. You get what I'm, so then when Nubia said Northside Beauty Supply, she's meaning back in the 1970s, and I kind of want to touch base on this. And it's no shade or no, discrimination to any other race, but in the 1970s, Koreans bought the Black hair care industry. So when I say I'm not trying to take our products and sell it back to us, I mean, I kind of am, but I'm buying back the industry and then, kind of giving it in a different way. So we're different because, again, we are Black owned. We do support community. If you go to North Minneapolis, when is the last time beauty supply stores in the inner city supported the movement? When is the last time you've seen them at protests? When is the last time they invested money back into the city? You don't. We're spending all these dollars here. And they're not doing they're not spending their money with us at all.
You take it out
And
of the community.
it's crazy. It's crazy, and I don't think people really understand that. So when you shop with me, I'm giving back to those small businesses that make their own product. You know what I mean, I'm out here investing back into the community, or trying to when I am able to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the difference between us. We're also more organized. We're more boutique-like. If you go into the other beauty supply stores, I hear people say it's frustrating, it's confusing, it's packed, you know, you don't know what to get, but we're more at your service. So
I don't think I've heard of beauty supply stores having like local small town people. There's like
no,
a shelf for
that's
them.
I actually spoke with someone that I partnered with in the very beginning, and he said he tried to get his product in there, and they told him to leave. He was soliciting. He's like, no, I'm not soliciting. I want to, you know, maybe even pay you to put my products here. And they were like, no, get out. And it's like, we spend all this money with you guys, and you can't even support us in the smallest way. Or when we're in your stores, you treat us like we're stealing, or we just get mistreated. So it's like, I wish that my people understood, you know, this movement, and I'm gonna preach it until it's understood. You know,
I always say, everyone thinks you're crazy. No one sees a vision until it's already there, and it's like,
Right.
oh, I always believed things. No, you didn't. Like, yeah, a bunch of chances to come invest and grow with me, but you didn't.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Nobody hears you until you made it. Till you made it.
That's
You know
how
what
it
I'm
is.
saying? Nobody even listens. Before when I was just doing pop-up shops, everybody thought like, yeah. You know, I had a few people believe in it, you know, but now that I actually have a brick and mortar, and now that I'm showing up, people are like, oh yeah, and they're hopping on. But that's cool as long as you get it. You know what I mean? I don't care when you get it, just get it.
Yeah, you're nicer
You know?
than me. What positions are you looking for? Are you looking like cashier? Looking for people?
So I more so cashiers is like what we call a beauty advisor, a manager, in-store manager, and that's about it for right now. Cashier, beauty manager, and then again, we are looking for collaborations, meaning we need stylists. I get so many calls. Do you guys do braids? Do you guys do braids? I am a hairstylist, but I don't do braids. You know what I mean? I don't do locks. So we get a lot of calls for those services. So I really am looking for a natural hairstylist, and even a wig expert, someone who probably, you know, who does wigs all day. I do wigs, but not like someone who does it all day with, you know, customization and everything. So I'm looking for 2 stylists. Again, right now we're shooting for about 5 more businesses to rent a shelf in the store, and then a manager and a cashier / beauty advisor.
And if a business wants to rent a shelf, what does that look like? Is it like you pay a week, you pay a month?
It's so simple. So most people think I'm doing consignment, and I'm not. I don't want to get, you know, involved with numbers because, you know, Rich, I'm bad with that. No, but they just pay a simple $150 a month, and all their profit goes back to them.
Wow.
So all they have to pay is their $150, and if you make $500, you get that $500 back. So I have people who pay their $150, and then the next week I'm sending them back $70 because they made that sale. You know what I mean? And so again, it's not about making money for me. It's really, really about just supporting them. And so the goal that I just thought of this year is that if that business becomes to the point where you're making $400 or $500 a month consistently, then we're taking you off that shelf and we're going to wholesale from you. And now, you know, because you have that customer base.
Yeah.
So it's definitely an incubator space for people to grow their brand.
Yeah.
Yep, we talked about that. The delivery service. Yep, that is with the. So if you shop online, you can choose just like anybody else. You can, like Amazon, you can choose if you want it to be delivered same day or next day.
You do same day?
Yep, we do same day. And again, we're short-staffed right now, so all of this will come into play when I get full staff, and that is looking promising for spring 2023. So I'm excited. Good. Yeah, I've interviewed a few young ladies so far, so I'm pretty excited. So
are you looking for a delivery driver too?
The beauty advisor, so
a combination.
Right, and then I would deliver. You know, I still work in my business, so I'm still there until I don't have to be. You know,
makes sense. Any last questions before we end it here? It's
pretty cool, though.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Well, thank you, Essence. I think we can drop the socials there to come if you want to follow Essence, your website.
Yep, ebazzbeautysupply.com. We are revamping our website. We're revamping a lot of things. I'm super excited about 2023. 2022, we built the business. 2023, we're going to work the business. You know what I mean? We're at 1561 Randolph Avenue in Highland Park, St. Paul, right next to Plums, if you kind of know that area. And we're here for you.
Great. Well, thank you, everybody, for watching this episode of the Black and Rich Podcast. Essence was great today. There's so much we can do in our community. There's so much we can do and build. And it's great to have Essence on to really show what it's like to have a community member who doesn't just get money and then leave the community, but goes and reinvests in the community. That's what we need more of. Thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and hopefully see you next week.
Awesome.